Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning to everybody. Jambo habari. Jina languni, my name is Ridwan Kamil. I'm the governor of West Java, Indonesia. And also ex-mayor of the Bandung, the capital city of West Java. 1955, we have a Bandung conference to liberate, send the message of liberation to Asia Africa countries. His Excellency, the President of Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta, Her Excellency, the Executive Director of UN Habitat, Madam Maimunah Muhammad Sharif, Her Excellency Ms. Joyce, as Executive Director of United Nations Environmental Program. Today I want to share my experience as ex-mayor and the governor. I have a background in architecture and urban planner. Today I want to talk about happiness in my city, how about making and designing happiness in the urban context. Our meeting today begins a conference on the new urban agenda. The new urban agenda is about improving the quality of life. To me, quality of life is another way of saying happy life. To me, also advanced society is a happy society. As a mayor of Bandung and now the governor of West Java, one of my policy work begin with these questions. How can we make people happier while building infrastructures? How can we make people also as the designer of their own happiness in the city? It is a very inclusive approach, leaving no one behind. Maybe this is not the standard approach to policy making, but does fit the new urban agenda. My passion as a mayor, now as a governor, has been to bring happiness into the policy process. As we meet to prepare the new urban agenda, as we work to improve quality of life, I encourage you all to consider how we as decision makers can plan for. This might sound very vague, this might sound very soft, but it is not. It is evidence-based. It comes from very carefully designed process. When I became a mayor of Bandung, I made happiness as a priority. To turn happiness into policy, we collected data, we asked the people about their life, we surveyed them, we listened to them, and our happiness index measures quality of life in Bandung about 10 dimensions. But surprisingly, 2 dimensions matter most for people in Bandung. Those dimensions were family harmony, number 1, and social interactions. People in harmonious family were happy. People with opportunities for social interaction also were happy. So we began to think, how could a city government improve family harmony in urban context? How could a city government expand social interactions? How could government build trust through technology today? We started by fixing the way we communicate with people. We create series of apps to better communication with people. We have a complaint online. So every day people can complain online, can appreciate or critique the government performance. I created City Quick Response, So within 24 hours, all the problem must be solved or must be answered by the system. I was trained as an architect. I was taught to think about also the soul in the city. Because the city, for me, is not just a container. Infrastructure is a container for people, but it is the people who form the community, injecting the soul to that container. We can build new roads, we can build better building, and we should. But we do not need to be limited to just physical infrastructures. We can build also social infrastructures. And after I saw the result of our happiness survey, then I realized as a leader, as a mayor before, that building social infrastructure would have the largest impact on happiness. So I worked with the community, with the business, with academics, and with the media to design the programs. We call it the pentahelix approach. The program to improve family harmonies and increase social interaction. Just like concrete infrastructure creates opportunity for people to travel, social infrastructure creates opportunities for people to meet. We view, for example, the street is not just engineering space, channeling vehicle. The street is also a public space. It's a community place. Therefore, we carefully redesign the street, as you see on the slide, as a stage to celebrate identity, to celebrate culture, to celebrate life. We expanded city cultural calendar. We added festival, event. We were collaborating between the government, community, business, and other stakeholders. We transform negative spaces into positive spaces. For example, we transform under the highway into a movie park. So the poor in my city can watch movie for free. No need to go to cinema, just go to under the highway and watch Game of Thrones. And they are very busy during the local soccer team play, usually. The last 5 years, I make the concept for people to walk again in the city. Before I become the mayor, nobody walks the city. Happiness happened only in the shopping mall. The street was very dark, corruption everywhere. But now people walk the city again. They use the sidewalk not only to walk. As Jen Jacob said, street is the biggest public space. Yeah. So people sit, interaction, even some students finish their homeworks on the street because we provide chairs and benches and free Wi-Fi. We also make people walk not only on the sidewalk street level, but also on the elevated walkway. So people can enjoy interaction with business, retails, and connecting the very dense urban through elevated walkway. I'm very proud we reopened and redesigned many public spaces, almost 20 of them, with people-centered design. Yeah. We turning idle, deadly parking space into people urban space. We also closed some car-oriented shopping street into pedestrian street. I remember I got protested by the Association of Retail, and I told them, look, give me 6 months. If your business is down, I reopen your vehicle street. But it turned out to be very successful. The business was up, and the Retail Association came back to me and said, Mr. Mayor, let's close the street forever. Yeah. This is just indication how, as a city leader, we make a change, focusing on the happiness of the people. Slum and squatters also being improved. For example, we bought a house in the slum that doesn't have any public space. We bought a house, tore it down, and make it as community public space. What happened when we did this? The celebration of Angklung happening again. The celebration of so many cultural in slum area becoming very much happening. We also revitalize the riverside slums that also happen in many Asian countries like this into livable area. But it takes a social engineering. It takes, for me, 12 meetings in 15 months to educate, to convince the residents that this is better like what we have now. And now the area became the model of urban revitalization in Indonesia. We also changed the mindset. I don't like the word transportation. We changed the word transportation into mobility, because moving people is not always about moving by machine vehicle. It's about how you walk, how you use the bike, and other means of very human-centered mobility. It's become also our vision. I also campaign with the kids of the elementary school to reclaim back the pedestrian as a safer street. The next level of happiness project that we have is changing the mindset of bureaucracy. The usual one was citizens must come to our office to get public service. But the last 5 years we transformed that it is the government bring the service to the citizens' home through the help of technology. For example, we have what we call OMABA programs. It's not Obama, it's OMABA. It's a stand for of bringing food to the malnutritious babies in the poor family in my hometown. The food was made by volunteers from the urban garden, agriculture garden. They cook themselves. Twice a day we send by motorbike, also by housewife volunteers. So this is the beauty of helping people, because the happiest people is the one who helps, not God helps. We also have problems of elderly in my city. When they get older, they feel very lonely, they're very fragile. So we created a program called Senior Citizen Sunday. We ask the young people of the city of Bandung once every week on a Sunday to bring food and bring happiness to the lonely elder citizen in the city. And what happened? The young people learn from the wisdom of the elder citizen, and the older citizen also very happy, got company every Sunday. Again, this is our focus, innovation on happiness. Our focus that community is a solution. We use the community as an agent of change, also bring services to the people where they are. This is the pentahelix approach, that the responsibility of change is not belong only to the government, but also everybody in the city. I'm especially proud also we have a program for mental health service for the people. Urban setting created stressful settings. That's why we have our program. We created what we call mobile mental health clinics. If you got stress in my city, just find a Pinky minibus. Inside the Pinky minibus, you have a psychologist, counselor, religious advisor for your problems. 60% is about love issues, 20% about bullies, and the rest is about anything related to urban stress. So this is again to show you the government come to you, not you come to the government. This is the new mindset in my city. The spirit of reaching people where they are. Now we also creating a program, the home Medicare. It's basically for the poor who cannot walk, who cannot afford. Just call 119 numbers and the doctor will come. So as a mayor before, I invested in motorbike for doctors, paying the doctors, the medication also to reach the slum area with this home Medicare program. This is one of the most favorite program service in my city using this concept of mobile service. Also, it is important now we help what we call economic inclusive. We bring food every weekend to the poorest family in the city, brings 1 hour happiness. We now also reaching the microfinance to the poor using the mosque because Indonesia is Muslim majority, so we're using the religious center to visit and expand the financial help. and this become also the way to improve the quality and prosperity of the poor people in the city. And they are very happy because, again, instead they go to the formal bank, they just go to the mosque, praying. At the end, they got credit help for opening the small business. And also we have now what we call 4.0 digital village. In West Java, we use the IoT to help the rural economy. This is the photo showing that giving the food to fish in my province, just simple using the mobile phone. You press the mobile phone, the sensor within the container receives the message from the mobile phone and projecting food to the fish. And what happened? We harvest the fish before manually only twice a year. Now, because of IoT to the village economy, we harvest the fish 4 times a year, creating double prosperity to my people. Here again, I think at the end of the process, the happiness index of my people jumping from 60% to 87%. So today, 87%, they feel very proud and very happy, even though the quality of infrastructure is not as advanced as developed countries, but my people, I consider the happiest society in Indonesia. I consider this as a clear success. And I think as a governor of 48 million today, I will work to increase happiness to much larger group. I'm overseeing 27 cities now. What happened in Bandung, I will copy and I make it a standard to make a better development to the West Java. We continue to innovate. We continue to listen now. What does this mean to this conference? I want to say that quality of life, please also inserted the discussion about the happiness. The success in increasing happiness happened because we made happiness priority. We measure happiness, we make policy of happiness directly, and we brought stakeholders since the beginning. They are the designer of their own future. The new urban agenda asks us to value quality of life. My proposal to you is please consider this happiness-centered approach. Identify real needs by listening more to your citizen, now with digital help. Figure out what makes them happy. Do systematically, gather the data. Think carefully how to include as many people as possible. Then collaborate with the community to make the happiness happen again. Ladies and gentlemen, to close my statement, I'm very happy to be here at the UN Habitat Assembly. The Assembly represents the opportunity for member states to support enabling institutional environment that allows us to increase our capacities and mandate to achieve the effective implementation of our common goals. We need concrete actions, and we need it now. This is why we call on you to create specific spaces for consultation for local governments and stakeholders, because action lies in the local government. We call on you to enhance the involvement of local governments and stakeholders in the design of the World Urban Forum, to develop a worldwide campaign to promote engagement at the local level, national and regional level in the implementation of this new urban agenda. We call on you to develop a multi-stakeholders and multi-level governance platform on urban development at national level, to follow up the implementation of the new urban agenda, to foster dialogues between ministers in the charge of urban development and also the representative of local and regional government. In the spirit of collaboration that traditionally guides our inputs, we offer you our commitments, our local knowledge, the creativity of our communities, and our hopes to leave no one behind. We are ready to shape our global future together, and we remain at your disposal. Please count on us. Thank you. Asante.